welcome back to another Talking Technical. And just to say to you that we had some lovely rains here in the Karoo, and it's hot. I mean, we had fantastic rains. We've got plenty locusts, but at least we've got plenty rain, and that is the beauty. Okay, well, let's kick off immediately. And we look at Applovin. I see Applovin is not listed for a long time, so it always makes me a little bit nervous. They listed in April 2021, and Freddie is asking about it. Freddie, for me personally, it looks like it had a beautiful sell-off, and what do we call that? I will call this a waterfall formation. Look what happens. It came back with a vengeance, bounced a little bit, and then to the races down to the bottom. So for me, if you want to buy it, I will use that little place there. There's my little place where I will look at it. If you want to buy it above 78.76. Make use of a stop loss of 60.32, and your targets to the top will be 80.53. There's a little spot there, 86.38, 87.80, and even 94.36. But I mean, this is a company where there's not a lot of data. Maybe just stick to your stop loss to play safe. Let's have a look at Cardinal Health. Who's asking? Oh yes, sorry, Sipu. There's your share, Cardinal Health, and I mean that's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. And I mean, you are clever, Okie. Look at this chart. I mean, this is well spotted, Sipo. Look at this, and I must congratulate you. It looks like you are a patient investor. This is a weekly chart, so it's a long-term view. And I mean, how can you spot it? I mean, beautiful inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder. There's the head, there's the right shoulder. And I think maybe you almost got into the share right at the bottom when this dragonfly candle existed or started. Then you knew that there's a bounce. But for you, Sipo, if you did not buy it there, use this neckline as your guideline. Above 54.64, we can see a beautiful bounce out of the share. Where's my targets? First of all, I always give a conservative target, and then I've got a target where I think the share can go to if it plays out in full. And let's have a look there. There you are. If it bounces off this neckline, it can go to, there's your level there, 56.30. And I mean, if it plays out in full, it will probably go to this. You can almost have this evening star formation, that resistance line, and that is sitting at 59.47. Sipo, good choice here. But of course, let's give you a stop loss. Your stop loss will be 49.09, just to play safe. Of course, the markets can surprise you, but I must say the New York Stock Exchange really had a hell of a sell-off, and even the NASDAQ. And maybe that's the time to maybe look at the share. It looks like a nice turnaround share on the New York Stock Exchange. Well, let's have a look at Caterpillar. Well, Caterpillar is a request of Alfred. Well, let's have a look here. First of all, what I like. And you will somewhere see what I do here. I immediately draw this line in. Why do I like that? And I will tell you the story now. Look at these lower shadows. There's a lower shadow. Another one. Now, plenty of them. And what is the beauty about it? Every time that there's a lower shadow, it is almost every time a little bit higher. That is positive. That is a good sign. The only thing that worries me is maybe that we're sitting on a left shoulder, and we may be working on the head. And so for you, if you want to buy it, I think you can buy it above this little line that I just show you there. Maybe nibble there if you believe that this head and shoulder is not going to materialize. So buy it above 206.75 with use of a stop loss of 194.68. What is the important thing here? I will look at the height of this left shoulder. Look at that left shoulder. That left shoulder's high is 216.47. It needs to get above 216.47 to really show me that the share wants to go up. Because above that, where can it go to? It will probably go to that high. It will be 2188. And even if it surpasses that, it can go as high as 230.43. So, I like the chart, but for me personally, just be careful if it turns around and this neckline turns into a resistance. Where can it go to? I just don't want to make you negative, but it can go to, there's my top from the head to the neckline. it can maybe just surprise you that it go down all the way to 166.21. And why do I show the head and shoulder on Caterpillar? Remember, we are hugely filled up with printed money. So if that printed money dies or disappear, and the Fed say, listen, we want to raise interest rates, maybe this share Caterpillar can maybe surprise you, maybe first go to a new low. But I heard today that a lot of the Americans cannot pay their rents of their houses or flats. And now I wonder, will we see a interest rate? Let's have a look at another beautiful overseas Guardiant Health Sciences. Well, I mean, I know why everybody is into the sciences, because the world is believing that the COVID pandemic is going to stay with us for quite a long time. Now I must say this, Clutchy from Forsberg, can't wait that the normal flu come back and everybody just sneezes and coughs, but at least we know it's a flu and not COVID. That's maybe why you're looking at it. And Mary is asking about, maybe she's a nurse. Mary, we don't know. Maybe you must drop us an email and then we know. But what do we see is, since that beautiful peak that we saw all the way to 8.4, since then, share lost momentum. I just want to show you there. Just want to move this ugly face of mine. It had a massive sell-off here, and now from there it's drifting lower all the way. And unfortunately, Mary, I can say that I don't see a beautiful turnaround candle. And why I'm a little bit nervous, and remember this is a weekly chart, so it's weekly data. What I don't like about it, look at these upper shadows. From there was one, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. There's 3 in a row. So what it tells me is that there is some keen sellers selling into strength. So I will then say, wait patiently. I mean, this doji is a clue. Maybe you asked because you saw this little doji, if you know your candlesticks. But I will wait for a beautiful bullish candle. And I will say only above that little line there, I will get positive, or as I usually say to my guys that ask me for requests, I will always say that will be my first tiny light in a very dark tunnel. Why do I say that? Because the momentum is clearly to the downside, and I need to see the share above that little high of that candle there, and that high will be 63 American cents. So if it gets above that, that will be my first sign that it can move up. And where's my stop loss? My stop loss will be 43 cents. And I mean, where's your target? Your target, if this thing starts to go, it can maybe surprise you, will be 67 cents, 74 cents, 82 cents. And I mean, then it will get 98 and even maybe $1. So just stick to your stop loss and then you play safe. But I would like to see a proper bullish candle on a weekly chart. Maybe you're picking a winner here because the momentum is down. Everybody's negative on the share. I also like this tiny little doji. Maybe that was the clue that everybody was waiting for, but we need some confirmation. Let's have a look at Adobe. Now all of us are using Adobe. Now, I mean, I've got it on my computer. Everybody's got it on their computer. But look at the sell-off. I mean, from about November, there was a bullish candle. Then you saw a bearish candle. Engulfed 60% and more of this candle. So that's a bearish engulfing candle. And look at this terrible teardrop candle. That is negative. The bulls try to support that. And wow, off it goes. So who asked about that? Sorry. If I look at this chart, it's almost like that other one, the previous one, where the share has almost fallen through its bottom. But let's have a look here. There's a clue for you. And there's a low. And there's another low. And that low was in June 2021. So I will say, first of all, same to you. As Mary, let's wait for a proper reversal candle here before we look at it. I think you may be a little bit premature to just buy it, but let's have a look here. I just want to have a look here. I will say that my first tiny, shiny little light will be above that level of $522.48, $522.48. Only above that, I will get positive. I will use this tiny little dragonfly doji as my stop loss, and my stop loss will be 468.50. But I mean, if this guy starts to go, I mean, it's a massive company. It can go to 540.46, and there you are. There's another level, 555, and then 575, and even 582, and then of course the magical 600 level. So I think let's just wait for that, but use that as your stop loss, and then you know you are playing safe. Well, let's look at Coca Cola. I mean, Coca Cola, I'm a drinker of Coca Cola, and I think most of the viewers here are also. And if I look at this chart, let's just see. I mean, beautiful rally all the way here from 48, from March 2021, now is 61. Suddenly, for me, it makes me a little bit nervous, and I'll tell you why it makes me a little bit nervous. First of all, I see this beautiful lamp pole formation. Where's the lamp pole formation? From 52 to 62 in a matter of a few weeks. That always makes me a little bit nervous, these hard grinds. I like to see these small moves up, a little pullback. That is nice and solid for me. But look at this candle. This worries me. This bearish engulfing candle with the upper shadow there tell me that there were some serious sellers selling into strength, and they want to get out of the stock. For me, personally, I will get nervous when it gets below 58, 57. And who asked? Oh, Nonsi. Below 58, 57, I'll get nervous. And I think if we do see a sell-off, it can easily go and close this little gap for us. And that gap will be between 56.96 and 56.32. But of course, the share needs to get, in my books, above 62.33 before I can get optimistic about the share again. I mean, wonderful company, good money, and they're printing money. I think maybe for the time being it rallied too far. Well, thank you for watching the show, and we will chat again. And please visit our website www.fransdeklerk.com for more technical info.